Okay, so Lee, obviously that must be a really frustrating one to take because your side dominated for basically the whole game there.
Yeah, there's only one team in it, wasn't there, really? I mean, they were just camped in their own defensive third most of the time. Long balls out the back to nowhere. So, yeah, well, you can hear they feel like they've won the game. And the way they celebrate, you think they've won the cup. It's just poor, really. We need to finish our chances. You go 3-1, the game's over. But yeah, performance-wise, forget about the scoreline. Performance-wise, some of the best football I've seen it. But it's been coming for weeks now. Our performances are really good. And it was a dominating performance today again, and they're not a bad team, they're a good team. I just think it was on a different level and they couldn't handle the way we played. So yeah, it feels like a loss. To them it feels like a win. It's 2-2, we get a point, we move forward. We've got Sheffield on Thursday and we've got to be ready for them. But yeah, disappointing really when we had it all our own way with such dominance.
Yeah, and you caused a lot of problems through pressing, particularly at the start of the game. Was that a real tactic you were looking to employ?
Yeah, we thought last week against Castle we did that well, and the players were up for that. And we're at home at Moorlands, and it's raining, and the pitch is heavy, so you can't play 1 and 2 touch football. So there's going to be lots of mistakes. So press and see what happens. They were always going to try and play long ball, but there's one player out there that can hold the ball up. Very good player with Lois. But when you dominate that much and attack, you've got to get the ball up. They've got to get the ball up to Lois. Then they've got to get players around her, and then to do that and then get back and mark us. The legs were going and we could dominate then. So we knew if we did more of the same second half, we'd create a lot, and we created a lot of chances. Difference is we didn't finish. I think they hardly had a shot second half, and then that one off a corner, a deflection, and it's in. Same story as last week, but no points last week, 1 point this week. So when we reflect, we'll look at it, we'll be happy with performance. We just need to put those performances into points on the board now.
Yeah, and another kind of combination between Jemima and Lucy, that's 3 goals now they've combined this year, so it's good to see their kind of partnership continue to blossom.
Yeah, that partnership looks good. They're just playing off each other and bouncing off each other. They've both got bags of pace, they're a handful. But I think you're starting to see pockets of players now, the way we were passing it around. On a pitch like this, and the way we played, some of the football that we played, I thought was superb. I mean, we see it in training, well, that's on an AstroTurf in nice conditions. Out here to be able to do it, the confidence to do it, and we don't want the players to lose that. And that's the difficulty when you're doing those performances but you're not getting the results. The players have to keep believing, because the football they're playing, if they get to see that back, it's superb. So we've just got to keep that confidence high and keep them going, really, and that's the key.
So we move on to Sheffield in midweek now. Obviously a big game, they're struggling down the bottom, but you can take so many positives into that, can't you?
Yeah, loads. I think, again, it's a midweek game, it's at Moorlands. Yeah, we should be excited to play them. I mean, we don't know what we'll get from Sheffield. I think they're playing today, but they've had a lot of weeks off and they've signed a lot of new players. So how they were and the sort of team that they are, it will be different. So we don't really know what to expect. So what we've got to do is focus on us and how we play. I think we'll be fine with that if we can, because we don't know what to expect from Sheffield. We'll look at today's results, we can see if we can get any information. But yeah, they've made a lot of changes, and they're a dangerous team. I know they're sat in the bottom, but we know their team, they're better than that, and they'll be fine, I think, come end of the season. But they've got to pick points up, so they're going to be desperate to pick up points. If they don't get 3 today, they're going to need it against us. So we've got to be ready for a tough battle Thursday night, because they will come here wanting to win that game, and we've got to be rolling our sleeves up and going again, and have the belief that we've had today. Even though we're deflated a little bit at the end, we've got to then pick it up and go, do you know what, that was a good performance. We didn't get the full 3 points, but we can get it here, and eventually the tide will turn, and then it'll just go on and on. So yeah, we've got to keep the belief in the players, keep them playing and doing what they're doing, and I think it'll be an exciting run into the end of the season.